What's up, everybody? This is Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw, and all you Hulk and She-Hulk fans. Yes, it's time for the savage, the sexy, the sensational She-Hulk, and we're doing issue number 4, y'all. And now that sheriff that has been looking for She-Hulk because of the daughter is, in fact, the father of Jennifer, and yet he doesn't know that she is still alive. She's presumed dead and murdered by She-Hulk. And at this point, She-Hulk has taken enough, and it's time that she feels that she strikes back, being framed for her own murder, causing the death of her friend, having these mobsters come after her, shoot her, the blood transfusion that turned her into She-Hulk, being attacked by a killer robot, being framed by the killer robot. Whew, it's a whole lot to take in, and she's very, very mad at the situation. I mean, this robot even tried to kill her friend Zapper. She's pretty much taken enough, and she wants to strike back at these mob bosses that have been making her life a living hell. But she's in more control than Bruce. She can have her moments where she listens. She listens to Zapper for a moment as she drops him on the ground. And as they leave that robot head smoking in a pile of ash, dust, rust, and scrap metal. Meanwhile, Trask, aka Mr. Trask, basically your standard mob guy in this world, making another plan, take out She-Hulk. Meanwhile, the sheriff, Walters, the father, is grieving over the loss of Jennifer and also wants vengeance against She-Hulk no matter what. And as he's taken into his car, he's suddenly gassed. Realizing that he can't escape this, he gives in to the darkness like he has any choice and passes out. And as you wonder where they're taking him, he wakes up and there's good old Trask sitting there, and he makes him an interesting offer. And it's also time where the bad guy, of course, does his classic monologue. We have a common enemy. You want to get rid of She-Hulk. I want to get rid of She-Hulk. And he takes him into this weapons area where they've been doing numerous tests on different weapons. And one of the men points a rifle at another man tied there and takes a shot. Fire! Of course, the guy stiffs, ready for the energy blast. Cop yells out she's a murderer, or the mob boss is a murderer, but not really. And then we're back to She-Hulk. She smashes her way back in, crushing everything in her sight. But someone grabs Zapper at the last minute as She-Hulk runs in, ready to destroy everything and anything in her path. And the laser does nothing to the guy. This was just a test. But the real gun is here. The giant laser ready to take out She-Hulk. Or at least they hope. Because here she comes, wrecking her way through the warehouse, the lab, pretty much everything they have, she's destroying. So the sheriff decides it is his time for vengeance and straps on the laser. Which one of the mob guys is actually kind of regretting because he wanted to wear the big laser, but oh well. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And Zap is pulled back by a civilian, trying to explain to him that She-Hulk's dangerous. But She-Hulk's in the warehouse, and she's staring down her dad, who's holding a gigantic gun. She-Hulk, realizing it's her dad, is trying to figure out a way to explain things to him, but can't. So She-Hulk charges him, trying to find a way to take him out, but she's shot with the energy beam and knocked back. And Zapper goes to the She-Hulk scene and she's okay, while the other guy basically shouts that she's a criminal, a killer, and that, well, as always, someone tries to escape, someone tries to get away, but it never happens like that. And the sheriff is ready. He's ready for his vengeance, and She-Hulk must die. Zapper, of course, is trying to convince him otherwise, but to no avail. He basically slaps both of them with a gun. She-Hulk picks up a car, kind of throws it in his direction, lunges at him and grabs the gun. Now these guns are ultra powerful, and with sometimes ultra powerful things, the safety sometimes doesn't work. The gun starts to overcharge. She pushes her father out, and then boom, the laser explodes. Of course, She-Hulk takes the brunt of blast in order to protect her father from the impact. And of course he's there telling this tale to everyone that's around. And of course Jennifer comes out of hiding, and they give her a story that she was being hidden and protected for the mob for different reasons for the first hit. And he realizes that his daughter's alive, and he goes to her happy. He embraces his daughter in his arms, not knowing he just tried to kill her a few hours back. But that's comics, y'all. And She-Hulk's happy to have her father back, or Jennifer, not telling him the terrible secret that she is the savage She-Hulk. But what will happen next time, we'll find out. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Later's, Comic Nation. Yeah.